Let's be honest. We don't know anything about our elected officials. They're hidden behind curated social media profiles and press releases to the point that they often seem barely human. We're here to break down those barriers and get under the hood of their real character. Our guest today is the deceptively adventurous Michele Lee, a candidate for town council in Highbridge. This is Politically Driven. Speaking of turkey sandwich, what is your favorite restaurant in Highbridge?
I'll have to give a shout out. Well, it's not really in Highbridge.
Okay. What's in this
Tuscany
area?
Grill. It's
Okay.
right up the street from here. It's Italian food.
Okay.
The Delatorre family, Steve Delatorre, they're great people, and I go there all the time.
Now,
I'll
what
probably
town-
go there tonight.
What town is that technically in?
Technically, it's Glen Gardner, I believe.
Glen Gardner, okay. I found Hunterdon, and I mentioned this before, I found Hunterdon has the most confusing system, because I think there are places where they're, I guess, in one...
Make a left.
They're in one school in town, but they're in, because of the regional schools, but then they're also in their mailing zip code,
Yep.
puts them in a different area,
Yep.
and so you can plug someone's address into Waze or Google Maps, and it'll give you 3 different towns, but it's all going to the same place. Okay, so I want to ask you a big question.
Okay.
Why did you decide you wanted to become a politician?
Okay. Well, I don't know that I ever really decided I wanted to become a politician.
Right.
I have always kind of circled around politics and been interested in it for a really long time. Like a lot of people after the last presidential election, I was, kind of moved to get way more involved on a more local level. I started to get a little bit crazy with all the activism that was happening around us.
Well, especially out here in Hunterdon, there was a lot.
It was a lot,
Yeah.
and I'm very much interested in it. It was just I couldn't sleep at night. I wasn't eating right, and so I decided just to take it uber local.
Okay.
And last year we got a write-in candidate in Highbridge elected to council by 3 votes.
That's Natalie Ferry?
Natalie Ferry, and so
She's awesome.
She's been an inspiration. She just instantly let us write her name in, so when we were coming around this time around, and we still didn't have anybody to run, the last day I'm like, all right, let me get my signatures, and I'm going to do it.
That's the fact that a write-in candidate was able to get elected. Do you know when the last time a Democrat was elected here?
I think it's been a really long time. I don't know the exact number of years, but it's, I would say, probably more than 15.
Okay, so more, 15 or more, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Plus a woman. Somebody that didn't necessarily grow up here, didn't have kids in the school system, so she kind of came out of the blue. And
I gotta imagine though that means that the level of activism, it wasn't just you here. It was a lot of people that were feeling that same kind of thing.
Yeah. We had a small group of a couple of people that got together at Scout's Coffee Shop right there on Main Street, and then from there we grew out to maybe a dozen people, and it just
sort of expanded from there. Okay.
We did whatever we could to get her elected, and it worked.
So as you've been looking at the town council seat that you're now running for, have there been any pet projects, I'll say, things that you see that like that's what I want to do when I win, that's what I want to do?
Well, yes. So I started I joined the Environmental Commission about a year ago, and shortly after that, I decided to join the Economic Development Committee. So
these are all local committees, not like county.
Within Highbridge.
Okay.
So I've gotten to see how council works together, how they've been relating to us as kind of a new. All the committee members are Democrats, so we've kind of
overwhelmed them.
We've kind of overwhelmed them, but we've also been trying to do a lot of things that like for instance, the Environmental Commission had kind of gotten, it kind of died off a little bit. So that really nobody was doing much of what was already happening every year. So now we're really trying to get involved, and that's one area I definitely want to pursue further. I feel like we get a little bit of pushback from current council members, possibly the mayor. I don't want, if he's going to watch this eventually.
We'll send him a copy.
Yeah, but, that's good.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Well, that's the way it's supposed to work.
I think in Highbridge especially, that it's very cliquish.
Yeah.
It's a close-knit group of friends that have, helped each other.
Run it forever, and
Right, and there's just it's not a good way to grow.
Right,
If you're not getting new ideas from people you wouldn't necessarily interact with or see on a daily basis, you're just not going to
get that same kind of the best result possible.
You don't get the enthusiasm anymore, and so that's I want to make a difference.
Okay. So now, what's something about Highbridge that someone who hasn't lived here wouldn't know?
That we have an excellent mountain biking trail system. That's pretty hidden. It was developed by people of Highbridge, by some, I think all men of Highbridge that did all the work on their own. Huh. I want to say it's like 6 miles of
Oh my God!
trails.
Is that all public land?
It's Highbridge property.
You've been living in Highbridge for about 8 years now.
8 years.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. What has been something that you've noticed that's changed about the town since you've been living here?
In 8 years.
Either good or bad.
Well, lately I think I see a lot more young people, and maybe it's just that I'm out there a little bit more now. Sure. But our main street has really kind of taken off a little bit. We have Scout's Coffee Shop, which is new, and it's a hub in town. We have a real cool yoga studio, Pilates studio. We just opened a farmer's market, and plus we have this whole trail system that goes through the town that is incredible. So as that more and more catches on to other people, especially the cyclists and stuff, it's just the demographics I think are changing.
It's gotten younger. Okay. Helps, I imagine, being on the train line as people want to.
Yes, so that's something we're also trying to do within the Economic Development Committee is we'll get that train line. It only goes to the city once per week, and it's.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like on a Friday late night or something.
I didn't realize
silly.
That.
So we're trying to turn that into a transit village.
Yeah.
So
it's property values to skyrocket. That's the easiest way.
Exactly. It's kind of a sore topic for a lot of people because we own this golf course. It's not really making any money. We're have a huge amount of debt. That, we're just kind of sitting back and waiting for this debt.
What's the debt for? Or from, I guess.
The golf course. We have purchased a large amount of open spaces.
Oh, okay.
And we have an infrastructure, situation here with the water utility that was up for sale last year. Was voted down. It was very heated, very political.
Everything. As I found out, everything's political now.
Oh, yeah. It is. Yeah. It's true.
There's always someone that's going to be there, no matter what it is, no matter how good your intentions are. There's always going to be someone there to fight against it. Which I do think there to some levels is good. Like no one's perfect, no one gets it right all the time. So you want someone there to push back a little bit, but it's just everything.
Every single thing. Yeah. But that's a good thing. There has to be a healthy debate. Mm-hmm. I think in the end, it really kind of came out that council didn't do their homework.
Okay.
And if you just take it to a very simple level, it was valued at $1 amount, and they were trying to sell it for half of that.
Got it. Okay.
So it just didn't seem to make a lot of sense. I think that we could always come back to it, but it's an asset, and we don't want to have a fire sale on one of our biggest assets.
And a small town like this, you got to make the most of the assets you do have.
Especially when we're already in debt, because then they can just do whatever they want.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a favorite musician?
Oh, favorite musician. We
want people to get to know the real you.
Yeah. So I love music. I love all kinds of music. Hold on, let me think of where we're going.
Okay.
We're
want to go right here?
Go that way.
Go left. Okay.
Yeah. Well, what's your car? Right now, I'm really into Dave Matthews again.
Okay.
He's just so classic. I love anybody that plays the guitar. I wish I could play the guitar that well in my head.
All right.
We're gonna go to the right.
I'm a big air guitarist. I'm very good at it.
See?
That's about it.
There's just something about it. But Dave Matthews, just everything about him.
Okay.
But I love literally all music.
Now you say though you're getting back into him. You were into him years ago.
Well, yeah, he's kind of. I saw him for the first time last year.
Okay.
And so now I just am reliving all of his music.
Okay.
And back when he was real big, 10 or maybe more than 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't really know him that well.
Okay. So does your son like the same kind of music? Do you have a guy to connect over?
No, he did. He came to that same Dave Matthews show with me, and he liked him at the time. But now, of course, he's in high school, and he listens to some god awful music. Some of it's okay, but some of it is just I don't even know who any of these people are.
Well, I remember when I was in high school, my sisters were more into music than I was, but they would put some music on in the car. And my dad would just sit there and roll his eyes and be like, "How come we can't get like Emerson, Lake and Palmer or Meatloaf or something?" I'm like, "What year is it?" Not that they're not good, they are good, but it's just like I don't know.
But music, and when I work out, I like to listen to some really hardcore, whatever, rap, heavy metal, just
rap.
like
Wait. Well, I'm sorry. You just skipped over that very quickly. Give me an example of a heavy someone. Give me an example of a rap that you like.
a rapper, Eminem, of course.
Okay.
Snoop.
Okay. What's your favorite Snoop song?
I like Run the Jewels.
Okay.
Which are kind of new.
Yeah.
But really only when I'm working out and I can, crank it in my head and just tune out the whole world and stuff.
That was, I think, Snoop or Run the Jewels. I think was probably if you would ask me before this, Scott, what's the last thing you're expecting to come up in this conversation? It'd probably been one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your actual job title?
I am a financial advisor.
Okay.
I'm a member of an LLC with two partners up in Parsippany.
Okay.
RIA firm.
Okay.
We work with accounting firms in the state. We have a couple of firms up in New York. We have estate attorneys that we've worked with, and kind of have a little bit of a niche there.
Okay. So I can guess what your answer here is going to be, but are there any skills or things you've learned in that job that you think are going to be particularly helpful to you as a town council?
Oh man, I pretty much everything.
Okay.
Let's go make a right here, and then we're gonna kind of hook
to the right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Everything from being able to talk with the big boys and stand on my own and get my point across and not back down.
Which is not a small thing.
No.
Yeah.
That's just the feminist in me coming out, but also because I meet with all kinds of people every single day.
Right.
I meet with young, adults just starting out, young parents with new kids, old retired people, whether they're Republican or Democrat or everything in between, and it's just being able to talk with them. I think that no matter who you are, 99% of the time when we start talking about real things, real beliefs, we're going to agree.
Right.
This is the High Bridge.
This feels like something you'd see in a movie.
Right here, the High Bridge.
Oh, this is the High Bridge.
And Selena Gomez filmed a music video here once.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know which one? Which song?
I do not.
Huh. That's funny.
Don't know a lot of Selena Gomez.
Well, it's it's funny because I did.
But these are the fields that I was telling you.
Oh, right.
So you can see the
you can
water.
See, right. Huh. That's very cool. I did this with Shelley Brindle, the mayor of Westfield, and we were talking about how Westfield was named after because it was the Westfield of Elizabeth. Should I go to the right or left?
Let's go to the right.
Okay. It was the Westfield of Elizabeth, and I was saying how I'm about to buy a house in Springfield, which is called that because there were the fields have lots of springs in them.
Oh, huh.
And so I didn't realize High Bridge is also literally because of the High Bridge, and that's funny. And now I gotta do one of these with everyone in a town that's named because of just what's there. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Berkeley Heights, right near you.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're Scotch Plains, but I grew up on Diamond Hill.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
5 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So when did you move then? When you went to college, or?
No, I bounced around.
Okay.
I went to work right after school and right after high school.
Okay.
And kind of was working to get myself through college.
Okay.
So I was right at work, and then I started working in the city. I moved to Jersey City for a while, and then Hoboken, and then I bounced around New Jersey.
When were you in Jersey City?
That's gotta be 92.
What was it like then?
Well,
I'll tell you why I'm asking after you're done with this.
It was still, pretty rundown.
Okay.
And I lived in a particular section that was really kind of run down,
Right.
and it was not like it is today.
Sure.
In fact, I had the opportunity to buy the apartment we were renting, and
man.
I didn't. It was a
You've been
penthouse
self-financing this whole
apartment,
thing.
please, yeah.
That's funny. The reason I asked is my parents live there now. They moved there after I graduated from college. But my dad had back in the 70s, I want to say, he worked as a bank examiner for the Treasury Department. And at one point he was assigned to Jersey City, and they told the place that he was working out of was fenced in. And they told him bring your lunch with you in a brown paper bag. They said you're gonna come into the office. And you're gonna eat your lunch while you're there, and you're not gonna leave until it's time to go, and then you're gonna make it straight to your car. They said you're not allowed to leave the property because you will. There's a strong likelihood that you're gonna get hurt.
Nice.
And so I know it's like now. I knew it was like then. I was kind of interested in that transition period.
Yeah. Yeah, I was right near Grove Street.
Oh, where now? What you got to me? Where? My parents live on Ref Marin.
Van Wagenen.
Okay.
Van Wagenen Avenue.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I lived there a couple years while I was working as a stockbroker trainee, making $1,000 a month.
So you were working there.
I had a roommate. Yeah.
You were working there during the bubble, or during the,
That was before the bubble.
I was say it was,
that was before
yes,
the
yes.
bubble even started.
Okay.
As a cold caller, I got Jeff Bezos on the phone once.
Really?
And he said, "Let me tell you something. I only buy my own company stock, and I advise you to do the same." And then hung up on me.
Did you?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Please.
Well,
No offense. I wouldn't be driving in the car with you right now.
Fair enough.